Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again. Today, I found a very interesting article, and the article comes from NBC News and features the former US President Bill Clinton's statements regarding the vote, the elections. And I couldn't help laughing when I read his statement, and I thought, hey, let's share that with you. So, what am I talking about? Here is the article. NBC News. Bill Clinton says election will come down to, and I'm quoting, whether we can get an honest, open count. Open count. Hallelujah. Right? Oh, happy day. That's exactly what I say. So he wants an open count. Me too. Me too. Me too. Let's see what else the president has to say. Now he wants an open count. Why is he afraid of something? All right, here it is. Columbus, Georgia. Former President Bill Clinton said he campaigned for Vice President Kamala Harris on Monday, as he campaigned, that the election will come down to whether there is a fair and transparent vote tally. Asked by NBC News what will decide the outcome, Clinton responded, and I'm quoting, who wants it bad enough, and whether we can get an honest, open count. Now, this guy's come and says, no, actually, Clinton said, so a Clinton aide later said, he was referring to various reports of threats and intimidation against election officials. No, that's not what he said. He wants an open count. That's what he wants. He was not referring to that. Shut the fuck up. So, I agree with that. I agree with that. This is what I agree with. I think that you should come with your ID, state issued ID, picture ID, driver's license, and you come over there to the voting section. You give them this. They say, okay, you're Tom Jones right here. Good job. The picture, right? You go now and vote. They give you a pen. And you go over there and you find a stamp. And you get this little thing and say, I want Mikey, I want the Gina, I want Michelle, and I want this. Stamp, sign, and cast a ballot. And then you come out and say, here's your pen, back, baby doll. And you leave. That's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Why? Because we passed those times when you didn't have birth certificates, marriage certificates, and many other documents. Some areas still have the same thing. They don't know. They don't have marriage certificates or anything like that. We evolved. I mean, we've been this, I know, thousands of years back when we didn't. We're not in Rome's time. Remember in Rome's time, if you were over there and say, I'm a Roman citizen. I'm a citizen of Rome. That's enough. You said it, you are. It doesn't work in our times anymore. Now, things changed. Things change. Now, if you need an ID to, I don't know, enter a certain kind of governmental building, if you need an ID to go to a bank, if you need an ID to board a plane, if you need an ID to buy a drink, I think you need an ID for the most important value that we have, which is democracy. No? Otherwise, you can just show up over there and say, well, my name is Tom Jones. Oh, you look like, let's go. Now, let me give you a little example. Let's say if IDs wouldn't matter. And say, well, we don't care about the IDs. Then when an officer, police officer, stops you while you're driving, beep, 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 you stop. All right. Your license and registration, right? And maybe the insurance. So you have the license. Why does he ask you about the card? Why you can just say, I am legally operating this motor vehicle. He can verify that. Why? You are in the system. Why does he need the little plastic shit with your picture over there? When you can just say, you know what, my name is Tom Jones. I was born on 7th of June 1940. Go and verify that, officer. The officer says, yes, sir, goes back, verifies, and finds your car, license plate, your registration, your driver's license, your picture over there. And there you have it. He comes back and says, thank you very much, Mr. Tom Jones. you're on your way. That's it. Why do you need a card? If you don't have the card on you, it means that you are not legal to drive a car. You didn't pass the test. That's just a piece of paper, right? Right? But he needs that because he can verify without it. So he doesn't actually need it. He just, why do I need to show him that? I say, go and verify. This is my, you're going to find a picture ID right there in the system. But if I go to a, how do you call it, voting section, and I say, my name is Tom Jones, he can't verify that it's really me. He doesn't have a system, wait a second, click, click, click. Oh, that's, yeah, that's you. That beautiful smile. He's not going to say that. He's not going to say that. I want votes to be able to be counted over and over and over again by independent observers and the guys involved, by the Democrats, by the Republicans, by the communists, by the socialists, by the libertarians, by whomever you want. If you have the boxes over there, pum, 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 and you count them and you look and you see the signature, you see that, and every person showed an ID that verifies that that's the person who was supposed to vote according to the precedent and all that, then that's fine. I mean, you don't want to see the truth? It seems like not. Remember the 2000, the year 2000, the elections between two baboons that were put forth, to be voted for, which was, what's his name, Al Gore, and then the other one was George W. Bush. Remember in Florida, it was the judge who stopped the recounting of the votes. No, baby doll, recount those again. Recount them, let them recount them. But nowadays you have the machines. I personally, I'm very skeptical of the machine. Why? I work with YouTube among others, and I know how a program could affect the outcome of something. So, you can put something in a program and you get something else, not what was intended. So I work with these kind of things. I kind of know, right? I'm not an expert, but as little as I am, and I look, for instance, I don't have to look at necessarily some FBI or CIA program or even these elections with electronic machines. I looked at, for instance, at YouTube algorithms. They're clear. They're clear who they promote and who they don't promote. Very easy. They have the community guidelines. Again, something that immediately affects certain kind of ideas and speech and not others. It's just to put in the system. If they want to limit your viewership, supposedly how many views you got or how many subscribers you get, they can limit that. It's easy, click, click, clock, clock, and you would never know. You feel like something is wrong, but you don't know exactly how it's done. Very easy, very easy. Ask a programmer, computer programmer, and you're going to find out, for instance. So yeah, that's why for me, there were some doubts in the elections in 2020, when you had one candidate who was supposedly, he had a big mass of people, of supporters, but when he was showing up to the concert to sing, there's almost nobody showing up, maybe 100 people at the most. But he sold the most albums, in the market. Supposedly he sold the most albums. Not that his buddies bought his how do you call it, promoter bought the albums. No, it was the people buying the albums. So when he goes to concert, there's 100 people, but he is the number one on top. But the other guy, when he shows up on venues, they're full. Tens of thousands of people. But hey, his album is second. Why? People don't buy his album, but they come to see him. So for me, only this little justification, this little detail tells me that the algorithms work. All right? So it's one of the main problems for me, with electronic voting machines. So yes, Bill Clinton, thank you very much. Great. Fantastic. And remember, with the police officer, he has the information. I don't need that card because he has it. He can verify it right there. But still, I need a card. Without a card, I'm going to get a fine. They're going to charge me. They're going to fine me for not having a plastic thing. So with the plastic or without the plastic, that means that nullifies my test that I passed regarding having a driver's license? No, we didn't. So why do you need it, officer? You can go over there and put my name, put my date of birth. You're going to find a picture ID right there, and you're going to find everything that you asked me to provide you with. Why do I need to carry it? But hey, that's so unimportant versus the democracy, defending democracy. So why does Clinton want an open count now and not in... Even if it's an open count, my direct assessment is garbage. Who do you have over there to vote for? For me, none of the two, the only two, the only twos, which if you turn like this is going to be one, none of these guys should have been over there, did not hit the mark for me. Did not, I don't know, pass the threshold into being electable in a society, in a democracy that we say we love so much and we're supposed to defend against. All right? No, none of these guys. They're maybe good at other things. Not maybe, certainly they're good at other things, but they should not be near the presidency of this great country. So, I agree with Mr. Bill Clinton, but it's not going to happen. Why? Are you crazy? They're going to give us the illusion that, hey, the science, technology, that could be manipulated according to the guys who made it. And not only that, between point A to point B, it must be a transmission of information. Beep, 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 beep. All right? You understand what I'm talking about? I hope you do. So, yeah, go and vote. Yeah, go and vote. Go and vote. But don't expect anything. Expect the same that you've been seeing for the past more than about 100 years. The same thing. But it got worse and worse and worse. And now they don't even hide it. Why? They don't have to. They know they got the society so dumbed down through their education, but they all have, not all, 1/3 of the US adult population has a college degree. They're educated. And you tell them they're educated, and they think they are. They're not. Just because you have a diploma, it doesn't mean you're educated. It's how much you know, and most importantly, how you think. Because you can know a lot of things. So you stored information, but when it's about making a decision or reach a conclusion, the methods through which you get the information back, you put it together, those rules, if they're fucked up, your conclusion will be off as hell. Therefore, you can have the information, but how do you reach a conclusion? That's why you have a problem with the IQ test. Because they're problem-solving issues. They're not retrieving information, getting back, parroting information, the basic of our intelligence. Memorizing shit. You have to put things together. How do you solve this problem? You have a cock and you have a pussy. What's going on if you put them together? I don't know. Understand? It's very, very complicated. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Yes, we agree with Mr. Bill Clinton. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.